Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In our previous class, we have been discussed about the stages or phases in the life cycle. So it involves the three phases or three stages, which are those means one is the juvenile phase, second is the maturity, and third is the sensing or aging phase. So already we have been discussed. Juvenile phase is the stage here. In this stage, the growth it will be take place in the organism body. During this phase, the growth it will be appear in the organism body. Next phase is the maturity or reproductive phase. During this phase, what happens is in the organism body, they'll get the capacity of giving birth to the young one. During this phase, in their body, the reproductive organs will get completely develop and it becomes in a functional in condition. And in that plants will go for the monocarpic, some the plants will be in a polycarpic in condition. And one of the example, as I said you here, Strobilanthus kuntiana, which is one of the important question for your exam, which is a plant which will produce the flowers once in 12 years. It will produce as the flowers. Another one example I have given here, bamboo, which will where the juvenile period will be 50 to 100 years. It will be present a vegetative period. Later it will produce as the flower and fruits, and later it will get a dye. And if you come to the animals, so some animals will be seasonal breeders. Some animals they will reproduce only at the particular season time, whereas some they are the continuous breeders. So they having the capacity of giving birth to throughout their year. And next, even oyster cycle we have been discussed. Oyster cycles it will take place in the non-primates, and whereas the menstrual cycle it will take place in the primates. It will take place. So the next last phase it was there, that is nothing but sensing age or aging phase. During this phase, what happen here is the organism body the accompanied by the progressive deterioration of the structure and physiological of the body. And later what happen here is the body will be the efficiency of the body of the organs will become say weak or decreases, and later they will come for the varieties of diseases, or they will catch the varieties of diseases due to that when it may cause the death of the organism. So up to here we have been discussed in our previous class. So today's class, let us discuss the difference between the oyster cycle and menstrual cycle, which will come for your exam 3 marks question. Suppose if they didn't ask these stages of life cycle, means 100% they may be asked the difference between the menstrual cycle and oyster cycle. Let us discuss the first difference in menstrual cycle and oyster cycle. So first difference in the menstrual cycle is the cyclical changes in the activity of the ovaries and accessory duct as well as hormones during the reproductive phase of primate mammals is called menstrual cycle. First difference what here means the definition. So what is the meaning of menstrual cycle means it is a cyclical change, because every time this it will comes in a repeated in condition. So it will comes in a cyclical in condition. Repeated times this menstrual cycle it will be going coming every month. So that's why we are going to say cyclical changes. During this cyclical changes, activity of the ovaries in the female body, which sex organ it will be present, ovaries will be present, and accessory ducts it will be present. So these are the ducts or gaps which are producing the hormones, and these accessory duct and as well as the hormones which will be liberated in the reproductive part of the female. All these ovaries, accessory duct and hormones during the reproductive phase, because when they will get the capacity of producing these things means, and the reproductive phase just now we have been discussed in a previous classes, juvenile phase, reproductive phase or maturity phase. So during maturity phase only this it will get take place. Menstrual cycle or oyster cycle it will be take place. Menstrual cycle or oyster cycle it will take place only in which phase here means only in the maturity phase. In growth phase or it will not take place. In growth phase or in sensing phase it will not be held. So there are cyclical changes in the activity of the ovary and accessory duct as well as hormone during this reproductive phase. All these things it will be take place in which means where means in whose body means in the primates of the mammals. So such we are calling it as a menstrual cycle. So what is the meaning of menstrual cycle means the cyclical changes in the activity, whose activity due to the activities of the ovary, accessory duct and hormones, due to activities of these three things. So what happen here means in which phase means during the reproductive phase in the primate body or primates organism, primates mammals. So we are calling it as a menstrual cycle. In the same manner oyster cycle means it is also cyclical changes which will be appear in the whose body means non-primates body. So in whose body means it will will be appears in the non-primates body, non-primates mammal. So is called as oyster cycle. During this phase in the non-primates body, activity of the ovaries, accessory duct and hormones, what happen means they will be in an active in condition. So in whose body? In non-primates. Both the definition it will be same only, just a difference what here means it here it will comes the non-primates, here it will comes the primate. Otherwise both the definition, the cyclical changes in the activity of the ovary and accessory duct as well as the hormones during the reproductive phase of primate, here non-primates of mammals is called oyster cycle. This is we are calling as a menstrual cycle. So this is the first difference between oyster cycle and menstrual cycle. Second difference what here means, so female do not show it is irresistible sexual urges. Second difference what they are showing, female do not show irresistible sexual urges, where here female shows strong irresistible sexual urges they are showing. Here they do not show, here it will shows. What is the meaning of irresistible sexual urges means, if the person whose body the menstrual cycle it is taking place, such type of females they will not show irresistible sexual urges. Irresistible sexual urges is nothing but here too attractive, they will not show too attractive for the sexual urges. Female will not show too attractive. Irresistible is nothing but here too attractive. They will not show too attractive irresistible sexual urges. But here in this oyster in whose body the oyster cycle it will be taken place, such type of organisms what they will do means they will show more attraction for the towards the sexual urges. They will more shows the attraction for the what here sexual urges. They will be having the more attraction for what here sexuality. So here they will female they will not show more attraction for the sexual urges. That's why here female do not show, they are telling here female shows, here female do not show so irresistible sexual urges, here female it will shows the irresistible sexual urges. Next to third difference what here, shedding of endometrium and bleeding occurs in the menstrual cycle. During the menstrual cycle what happen, so the shedding of endometrium it will be taken place. Endometrium it is a layer formation take place inside the uterus of the female. Endometrium is a formation of a layer which will take place inside the uterus of the female. Later you will discuss in your third chapter. So endometrium it is a layer which will be formed inside the uterus of the female. During this menstrual cycle that endometrium it will get shed off, it will get break and it will be shed off, it will get fall off, and that part it will be comes in the form of a bleeding. That part it will be comes as in the form of a bleeding. So in the menstrual cycle there will be a blood discharge it will be taken place. What is that? Actually that is a shedding of the endometrium which will take place during the menstrual cycle. Whereas if you come to the oyster cycle they do not occur. So such type of endometrium or bleeding it will not be discharged in the organism which is having the oyster cycle. The organism which is performing the oyster cycle role, so in their body there will be no bleeding, so there will be no endometrium formation and bleeding will not be occurs. And the next one here, so during the menstrual cycle no heat period and copulation occurs during any part of the cycle. So what they are telling him is in the organism body here what happening is there is no heat period. So in the female body such type of heat period will not be generated and copulation occurs during any part of the life cycle of the cycle. So in the menstrual cycle in the copulation it may be take place any part. So third menstrual cycle stages you will learn in your third chapter. So during this cycle, complete menstrual cycle, copulation may be taken place any part of the life cycle it may be taken any part of that cycle it may be take place. So there is no heat period. So that's why copulation it may be taken place at any part of the cycle. Examples for that are monkey, apes, human beings, etc. So we are in all this body. What happen here means in all this organism body. So menstrual cycle it will be take place. Where in the organism body there will be no heat period. Heat period will not get generated and copulation it may be take place at any part of their cycle. But in case of non-primates such as sheep, cow, goat, rat, deer, dog, cat, in all these organisms, what happen here means they in their body, the heat period it will get generated. In such organisms, what happen? Heat period will be generated. Heat period when it will be generated means during the ovulation time. Ovulation time here means so release of the egg from the female body. Ovary it will releases the egg. Ovulation is nothing but ovary which is present, so which is the female sex organ. That female sex organ it will releases the egg. So that period we are calling it as a ovulation. When that period what happen means heat will be produced in the female body. So that time only they'll go for the copulation. During that period only they'll go for the copulation. Remaining other time they'll not go for any copulation. So that's why here. So copulation occurs only at that period. Copulation when it will be appear, copulation occurs only at that period. But here copulation it may be appear at any part of their cycle. At any part of their life cycle, the copulation it may be take place. But here copulation it will take place only at the ovulation time. So during this time, the heat production will be taken place where the female will show a strong sexual, irresistible sexual urges. They will shows the more attractive sexual urges towards the male. So due to that one, only at that period copulation it will be take place. Copulation is nothing but mating. So male and female they'll go for the mating purpose, and then which may lead for the pregnancy. So this is the difference between the menstrual cycle and the oyster cycle. Another one difference you can write here. So menstrual cycle take place in the primates separately, you can write here. Menstrual cycle take place in the primates. Oyster cycle it will take place in the non-primates. This also you can join here separately. So these are the important. This is also one of the most important question for your exam. 100% from this topic. Compulsory one question will be there. Either they may ask you stages or the phases of life cycle they may ask. If that he didn't ask means they may ask menstrual cycle or oyster cycle. Write the difference between the menstrual and oyster cycle. Suppose if they didn't ask this one here means they may ask define monocarpic, polycarpic, continuous breeder, seasonal breeders, menstrual cycle, oyster cycle. Separately such type of questions they may be asked you. And even the Strobilanthes kunthiana, Anil Purinji, it is one of the most important question. Repeatedly many times he asked this question. So this is finished. Next we'll go to the next topic. Events of sexual reproduction. Events of sexual reproduction. So previous class we have been discussed stages or phases of life cycle. Completing their life cycle or lifespan from birth to death, all the organisms they will enter into the three phases: general, reproductive phase and aging phase. So during the general phase they will get the growth in their body. During the reproductive phase their reproductive organs will get mature and they will get the capacity of giving birth to the young ones. Whereas aging phase here their body becomes a weak in condition. Their all the body part tissues they will become their vital organs they will become in weak in condition. So due to that one, so there may be a chance of catching the diseases and even it may lead to the death of the organism. So that is the difference. Now this is events of sexual reproduction. So events of sexual reproduction. So let us know. So in the sexual reproduction, during the sexual reproduction, so which are the process, which are the stages or which are the events it will be comes in this sexual reproduction. First of all, you know what is the meaning of sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is nothing but it is a process of fusion of male and female gametes and leads to the formation of zygote and embryogenesis. So what is the meaning of sexual reproduction? It is a process where fusion of male and female gametes. Male and female gametes. Both male and female they are producing the gametes. Which are the gametes? Sperm and egg. Male it is producing the sperm. Female it is producing the egg. And both these gametes they fuse. It will undergo the fusion and may leads to the formation of a zygote. What is this? This is a zygote. And later this zygote it will undergo the cell division. Which cell division? Mitosis cell division. Which cell division? Mitosis cell division. Due to this mitosis cell division, it may leads for the formation of a embryogenesis. It may leads to the formation of a embryogenesis, and due to this embryogenesis, finally a new young one it will get born. So complete this process, what we are calling is, complete this process we are calling it as a sexual reproduction. Complete this process, what we are calling, complete this process we are calling it as a sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction means there will be the formation of male and female gametes, and that male and female gametes fused together, convert into the zygote. That zygote it will start for division. Which cell division? Mitosis cell division. And after that mitosis cell division, it may leads to the formation of an embryogenesis. Embryogenesis means formation of an embryo. Later it will be developed into a new individual, newborn baby. So that is the sexual reproduction. Now up from here to here, so what are the events it will be take place to follow from the, up to here, embryogenesis, a newborn baby it will get born. So it involves certain events. Which are those events? Means it has been classified into the 3 steps events here. Which are those? Means one is the pre-fertilization, first one is pre-fertilization, second one is fertilization, and third one is post fertilization. So during the sexual reproduction, till now which are the processes have been told here. So that we have been divided into the 3 events. We have given a specific name, and all these events, all these things we have been classified in this 3 events. First one is the pre-fertilization, second one is the fertilization, and last one is the post-fertilization. In pre-fertilization, so what happens is there will be the formation of a gametogenesis. In pre-fertilization, what happens? Formation of a gametogenesis it will be taken place, and gamete formation it will be held. In pre-fertilization, this is the first event in the sexual reproduction. So during this event, it will involve the 2 different steps. One is the gametogenesis, and later gamete transfer. In pre-fertilization process, it will involve the 2 steps here. One is the gametogenesis, next one is the gamete transfer. So gametogenesis means first the process what happens, there should be the formation of gametes in the female body and male body. If the gametes formation to take place, then only there is a chance of going for the sexual reproduction. If there is no formation of gametes, means then there is no chance of sexual reproduction. So that's why here starting phase of the sexual reproduction is what I mean gametogenesis. It will start from the gametogenesis only. Gametogenesis is nothing but formation of a gametes in the female and male body is called as gametogenesis. After the gametes formation is taken place, next it will go for the gamete transfer. It will be taken place because here gametes should move, they have to transfer. Male gametes should transfer to the female body. So their transfer should be taken place. Then only there is a chance of a fission. So that process it will be take place. So if these 2 process completed, means pre-fertilization is finished. Next afterwards, just now I said here, fertilization. Next event is which event? Fertilization. Next event is fertilization event. So this fertilization also it has classified into the 2 types here. Which are those? Means one is the external fertilization. External fertilization. Another one is the internal fertilization. Another one is internal fertilization. So one is the external fertilization, another one is the internal fertilization. So So external means some organisms fertilization it will be take place outside the female body. In some organism fertilization it will take place inside the body. So they will discuss briefly later. So the fertilization has been classified into the two types: external fertilization, internal fertilization. After that, so the next event which it will comes here, it will comes the post fertilization event. It will comes after that. Which event it will comes here? After that, the post fertilization event it will comes. Post fertilization event. So in this post fertilization event also classified into the two types. One is the zygote formation. When there will be the formation of the zygote, later after zygote there will be the formation of a embryogenesis. Later there will be the formation of a embryogenesis. So this is we are calling it as a complete, we are calling it as a sexual events. So sexual reproduction we have been discussed now. So there will be the formation of a male and female gametes. Both male and female gamete will fuse together. So fuse to convert into the zygote and it may leads to the embryogenesis. If they want to fuse here means then they will go for external fertilization, some they will go for internal fertilization. So let us discuss all these things one by one. So events of sexual reproduction, this is the three. In your exam they may be ask you 3 marks question, already many times have been asked. So name the events of sexual reproduction. Events of sexual reproduction is pre-fertilization, fertilization, post-fertilization. For these writing these 3 points, 3 marks they will be given for you. But many of them they will get confused and they will write that so GNL phase, vegetative phase, maturity phase or aging phase or sensing age they will write. So keep remember this one, that is the phases or stages of life cycle. But this is the events of sexual reproduction. Again and again I am telling you, because why means this is the important questions will be appear for an exam and many of them will get the confusion in this question. So they are by knowing also they leave the answer. So that is the this is the events, that is the stages of the life cycle. So let us discuss one by one. First let us discuss by pre-fertilization. In pre-fertilization let us discuss for the gametogenesis. After gametogenesis we will go for gamete transfer, later external fertilization, internal fertilization, zygote, embryogenesis. So we will start from gametogenesis. So next let us discuss pre-fertilization event. So pre-fertilization event, it is the first event in the sexual reproduction. So it is a period prior to the fission of a gamete. It is a period prior to the fission of a gamete. So in that first let us go for the gametogenesis. Before the fission of the gametes, this events it will be take place. Before the fission is nothing but mating of male and female gamete. Before that this process it will be take place. In that first is the gametogenesis. So gametogenesis is nothing but the process of formation and differentiation of haploid gametes within the sex organs or gonad is called gametogenesis. What is the meaning of gametogenesis? Just now as I said here, gametogenesis is nothing but formation of a gamete. Gamete, G-A-M-E-T, gamete. So now in this question only we will get the answer. Gamete, formation of gamete. This is a process, formation and differentiation. So after the formation, differentiation it will take place. Male gamete, female gamete, differentiation of which type of gamete? Haploid. Haploid we are mentioning in the form of a small n. Haploid gametes will be formed here and within the sex organ. Where means in the sex organ. Sex organs even we are calling it as a gonad. Which are the sex organ? Ovary is the sex organ, testis is the sex organ. So that ovary and testis we are calling it as a gonad. That process we are calling it as a gametogenesis. And these gametes, say shape and size it will be differ. So all the organisms they doesn't have the gamete size and shape will not be similar. Varieties of organisms are there and all these organisms they doesn't have the same shape and size. Different organisms they have different shape and size. It will varies. So shape and size of the gametes vary in different organism. Now let us see what is the meaning of a homogamete or isogamete. This question it may be arises for in your exam for 1 mark or 2 mark. So homogamete, gamete, or else even we are calling it as a isogamete. Homogamete or isogamete. So let us know what is the meaning of homogamete or isogamete here. So homogamete like in some organisms like Chlamydomonas, These homogamete or isogamete we are calling. This type of gametes is present in Chlamydomonas and which organism Cladophora. So in many other organisms they are getting this homo type of gamete. The name itself it shows what is the meaning of a homogamete. So in these are the gametes where the male and female gametes are exactly similar in the shape and size. So these organisms they'll produce as the gametes, and these gametes are exactly similar to size and shape will be similar. By seeing that we are unable to differ that which is the male gamete, which is the female gamete. Example like this. This is the examples of a homogametes. Which organisms they are undergoing this one is Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas, and another one example Cladophora. So these organisms, the male and female female gamete are similar in the shape and size. Such type of gametes we are calling it as a homogamete or isogamete. Homo means what? Same. So male and female. In that here both they are same in structure. So we are unable to identify which is the male and which is the female. Both the gametes will be exactly similar in structure. So such type we are calling it as a homogamete we are calling. Next let us go for the heterogamete here. Heterogamete means what? Hetero means different. Right, next type is heterogamete. So heterogametes, let us know heterogametes. Even anisogametes also we are calling. So maximum organisms, sexually reproducing organisms, they are producing the hetero type of gametes only they are producing. So less number of organisms they are going for the homogametes, but maximum large number of organisms they are producing the hetero type of gametes. So in this what happens means, so morphologically all the gametes will be dissimilar. So what happens means in this here both the gametes are morphologically dissimilar in shape and size. Such type of gametes we are calling it as a we are calling it as a heterogametes we are calling. So examples all the organisms. Example human beings also we are we are calling it as a hetero. We are also producing the heterogametes. So like how both the gametes will be exactly differ. Suppose this is the female gamete and this is the male gamete. Male gamete. So they are differ in shape also, and even they are differ in size. We can identify which is the female and which is the male. If we come to the human beings, this is the human female gamete, and this is the male gamete. So this is the ovum female and this is the sperm. So like that easily we can come to know that which is the male and female. So that's why the name also we are given it as a hetero. Hetero means different. So morphologically dissimilar in structure and the size. Next one, male gamete. Male gamete are called what? Sperm. What I mean? Male gamete we are calling it as a sperm, or else even we are calling it as a anthrozoids. Male gametes we are calling it as a sperm, or another one name anthrozoid we are calling. Whereas in case of female gamete call it as a ovum. Even we are calling it as a egg. Female gamete we are calling it as a ovum, or we are calling it as a egg. Next, if you during this what happens means how we will get these sperms or egg means we will get from the cell division. So these gametes how we will get here means the gametes will get from the sex organ, but from that sex organ how we will get means we will get from the cell division. But this cell division it will differ from one organism to the other organism. The types of cell division differ during the gamete formation. Next, what you mean the type of cell division. Cell division differs during gamete formation. So type of cell division differs during the gamete formation. Like example, I'll tell you. Now haploid parent means in the parent body, so which are the cells are present, all the cells are haploid in condition. Haploid means what? N condition. Haploid means N condition. Such type of parents, they'll produce us which type of gametes? They'll produce us the haploid gametes. These parents produce us which type of gametes? Haploid gametes. Haploid parents means the parents in their body they having the haploid number of cells are present. So these parents produces which type of cells here? Haploid gametes they will produce. And how they will produce this means through mitosis cell division. Through which cell division? Through mitosis cell division. Through the mitosis cell division, so these parents they will get the haploid gamete. So examples which organism they are doing this process means Monera, algae, fungi and bryophytes. So this organism body it will be in haploid in condition. They will produce us the gametes also in haploid condition. Through which cell division means through mitosis cell division. Next, in case of another type, there are diploid parents. They are the haploid parents. Next is the diploid parents. Diploid parents are present. These diploid parents also produce us gametes. Diploid parents, like we are all the diploid in condition. We are all diploid in condition. How many set of chromosomes are present? Diploid set. 46 chromosomes are present in our body. So we are in diploid in condition. Diploid parents produce us which type of gametes? Haploid gametes. So we are producing the gametes in which condition means haploid condition. Sperm and egg which is produced in our body, it will be in a haploid in condition, not in diploid in condition. But parent cells are diploid. But we are producing what here means haploid gametes we are producing. How means here the cell division it will be differ through meiosis cell division. See here. Here meiosis cell division. Through the meiosis cell division we are getting the haploid gametes. Here through the mitosis cell division they are getting the haploid gametes. Here the parents are diploid in condition. Here the parents are haploid in condition. So that's why here the type of cell division differs during the gamete formation. In both the case gamete formation has taken place, but the cell division it is differing. Here through the mitosis, here through the meiosis. So which are the examples for this? Means example are pteridophytes. Examples are pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms and human beings. So in our testes and ovaries, the cells which is present, in the diploid parent cells only they are present. So in our testes and ovaries, another one time I am repeating, in the testes and ovaries, the cells which is present, they are in diploid in condition. So that cells, through that cells only, we will get the gametes, haploid gametes. They are the diploid parents. So they are produces the haploid gametes through the meiosis cell division. Next one. Let us know another one important question. Maximally they asked for 1 mark. Define meiocytes. If you have referred the question papers means you will come to know many times they have been asked this question. What is meiocytes? What is Myocytes. Define myocytes. They have been asked. Myocytes are nothing but definition. The diploid organism. The diploid organism have specialized diploid gamete producing cells called myocytes. Or even we are calling it as a gamete mother cell. Gamete mother cell. So what is the meaning of myocytes means? So myocytes, what is the meaning of myocytes means? The diploid organism has specialized diploid gamete producing cells called myocyte. So diploid organism, example take ourselves. So we are the diploid organism. In our body what type of cells are present? So 2n number of cells are present, 46 chromosomes are present, which will be in a diploid condition. So we will become a diploid organism. The diploid organism has specialized diploid gamete producing cells. So in our body we having the special gametes, diploid cells are present. In our body we are the diploid organism. In our body we having the specialized diploid gamete producing cells are present. Just now I said you here, in the testes and ovaries the cells which is present, that's through that cells the gamete formation it will take place. Haploid gamete formation it will be take place. Now which cells are producing the haploid gametes? These cells it will becomes a parent. So that cells only we are calling it as a myocytes. The cells which is producing the gametes. Suppose here, so this is the, suppose this is the ovary. Assume that this is the ovary or a testis. So here the cells are present. Plenty of cells are present. Suppose assume that this is a ovary. This is an ovary. Complete ball like structure I have been drawn here, but structure it will not come like this here. So I have drawn this ovary. So inside that the cells are present. Now these cells, through these cells only, through the meiosis cell division, they will produce as the sperm or egg. These cells through the which cell division? Meiosis cell division. These cells through the meiosis cell division they will produce as the sperm or egg. Now these cells we are calling it as a diploid, what means we are calling it as a specialized gamete mother cells or myocytes. These cells only we are calling it as a myocytes. Because here through there we are calling it as gamete mother cells. Even we are calling it as a gamete mother. So these mother it is giving birth to the young ones. That young ones we are calling it as a gametes we are calling. So that gamete it will be in which condition? It will be in haploid condition. Through which cell division? Through meiosis cell division. Through which cell division? Through meiosis cell division. So myocytes are nothing but in diploid organism. In our body we are the diploid organism has specialized. In our body we having the specialized diploid gamete producing cells. We having the specialized diploid. This is a diploid in condition. Diploid gamete producing cells. These cells we are calling it as a myocytes or gamete mother cells. So in our body we are the diploid organisms. We having the specialized diploid gamete producing cell. We having the what here? Diploid gamete producing cells. So these cells will produce as the gamete, either egg or either sperm. So this sperm it will be in a haploid in condition. How they will get this sperm means or egg means through the meiosis cell division. Now by gamete it is in haploid in condition. Now these myocytes it will be 2n in condition, diploid in condition. This is we are calling it as a meiocytes, which is one of the important question. Examples like human beings, you take human being, myocytes is 2n, that is nothing but 46. The chromosome number in gametes, chromosome number in gamete is 23. So like that, another one, housefly you take 12, that means half it will be 6, or else you take the rat 42, gametes will be 21, etc. So we'll stop here. Remaining gamete transfer will do in our next class.